Yeah.
Sorry.
Alright.
Oh boy.
We're morons!
Alright.
Dude.
You come across a boiling red river. Aaron is flit over it, repeatedly stabbing spears into the lake, into the river, and eliciting cries of anguish from underneath the viscous liquid.
Fiona's been here.
One Aranges on a bridge made of flesh appears to be overseeing the practice, humming as she admires her nails.
Interesting.
Hold on a moment. I'm going to regret this.
Well, DM question. Do I still have track of the trail?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Alright, so yeah. You know that this is a river of blood reserved for, okay, how do I say this PG?
Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath and pray.
Well, think about how it's worded in Dante's Inferno. That's usually pretty PG.
Or even something more less PG, perhaps the scientific clinical terms would help.
Okay, Shay, need you to restart. It's not going away.
Okay, it's reserved for the promiscuous to the point of crime.
I know what that is. I know what it is.
Well said. Well said.
Okay.
Okay.
Creative, Josh. I give you a hand for that.
Promiscuous.
Basically what we thought Arkoth was.
Arkoth's slim.
Let's... We need to keep going.
Yep. Yes, we do.
Yep. Eric,
Okay, Amber goes forward.
Yeah, we're following you, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I call out
You and Rose.
I call out to
So the
this
Aaron goes, you hear her humming the song.
Really?
Oh, thank you, my dear. Oh, thank you.
Really?
Yeah, and she looks over and says, "Ooh, what do we have here?"
Not
You
interested.
have unavailable.
Amber just stands firm and says, as professionally as possible, "Have you seen a little tiefling girl pass by?"
Little tiefling girl. What about you? Any of you darlings? Did you see any of them? One of them looks up and says, "I did."
Which one?
Oh?
Yeah, this one over here looks and says,
Okay.
"I did."
Do you remember where she went?
Yes, she said she wanted to go towards the palace. She seemed a little young for that, but times are changing.
Rolling sense motive.
Oh, gross!
Times aren't changing that much, Josh. Jeez.
Oof. 25. Tell the truth or not?
You can tell that she is. She is telling the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, thanks. So we're going to the palace.
Yeah.
Amber's
All of
growling.
a sudden, one of the Arinyas shoots her spear down and pulls a gurgling soul up.
Huh?
Please, I found a cute one. Oh, wonderful, wonderful! Ready him for transport to Osea. And then one of the Arinyas flies over. It's like, "Don't worry, little boy. Only half of your life will be miserable now."
That's just wrong.
Did not see that. Oh.
Doc, are you sure about putting this whole language filter? Because I'm pretty sure that this story itself just gave a tearful farewell before diving headfirst into an X-rated den.
Yeah, I'm in a lot of aspects, the child-friendly has gone bad, Felicia.
We're not PG anymore.
I tried.
No. When you're looking at a movie like Hunchback of Notre Dame that's rated G, and you hear the song Hellfire and the licentious masses.
True, and technically,
He's got a point.
apparently there's a law that in a PG movie you are allowed one F-bomb.
I don't
That-
want
that's
to go
me.
there. Thank you.
Yeah. Anyways, so you keep moving across the path. Come across what appears to be a skull the size of a building. Strands of flesh hook it to the ground, and giant black holes serve in place where the eyes once stood. But you can't shake the feeling that it's looking at you.
Cripes.
Someone's crunching on a bone, it seems like.
No, that's the. I'm crunching on chips. Sorry.
Still appropriate.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, I'm
by
making
the way,
appropriate sounds for the moment. Okay.
Yep.
Let us continue.
Lucid, shut your beak.
Oh. I'm so glad Amber cannot understand him. Otherwise, we'd be having fried raven.
What the heck is the demon?
Bay grabs Lucid and holds his beak shut.
Oh, it's
Not in the mood for you today. Oh gosh.
Okay, Dan, do I still have the trail?
Yes.
Which way?
This
You notice that the trail ends here.
Oh, snap.
Oh boy. Well,
This is from Final Fantasy VIII.
Yep. Amber is frantically
Yeah,
looking
guess why I
around.
picked it.
I wonder, Josh.
Amber's getting frantic, looking around, unsure.
Amber!
She's somewhere, guys. We have to fight her.
Amber!
relax, please.
We
We've already
already
lost
know
one member. We don't need to lose more.
Oh,
geez,
Travis,
whoa,
once
wow,
I can get my thinker done, is going to go over to one of the Araness.
Yeah, Jalaram, what I need you to do for me is you land face first into the fleshy soil, and I gotta have to ask you to make a fortitude save.
Yeah.
Okay, man. 19?
Nope, you're now nauseated too.
Oh, God.
You got a face full of
Flesh
you got-
floor. Face
Yeah,
full
it
of
tastes
flesh.
like last night's dinner.
Also, I'm gonna have to ask everyone to make a spot check.
Okay.
Grody. Ugh.
Grody.
Nice.
Rose sees it.
Nice. Oh, I didn't
Yeah,
get this
Rose.
Let's see.
You look up and you see the corpse of Levistus hanging on this palace,
Oh.
Oh, jeez.
and a whole bunch of tentacles are feeding into the corpse.
Oh.
Ugh.
Now, Ivan, you also
Where are my
land
rice
face.
cakes?
you
I need something to settle
you
my
also-
stomach.
Yeah, you also land face first into the.
Well, I'm
soil.
already nauseous, so I can't really.
Well, yeah, now-
Okay, wait a minute. So I guess
Well,
by
now you're-
hectic
well,
this,
now
I
you're-
dropped you.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Make a fortitude save.
Me? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm already nauseous, though. What else could happen to me?
Second.
Throw up.
It's true. Let's see. Fortitude save.
Nope.
You are not sickened.
Oh, great.
Ivan, I'm sorry. I didn't
Ivan is not having a good day today.
All right.
Is anyone?
I want to point out that I am legitimately sick, and yet in the game I'm not.
Ooh, excuse me.
Yeah. Yeah, you're lucky you got that dragon constitution.
Yeah.
Anyways, so yeah, you hear like this kind of very quiet yet unearthly moan coming from the corpse.
Amber Hawthorne picks up Amber and carries him.
You're picking up yourself?
Excuse
Oh,
me?
I'm picking up myself, apparently. Sorry.
Yeah.
Picking up Ivan.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Phoebe fell on me again.
All right. So, what are you gonna do?
Oh, we got two paths. We have to ask some people.
If she headed here and the trail ends here, she must be
Yeah,
inside.
the Aaron Yes moved tech next to you. He's like, "Can we help you?"
They immediately latches onto Jalaram's arm.
Yes, we were looking for a young tiefling girl. We were wondering if you managed to see her.
No, unfortunately not.
Yeah, let's see.
I rolled a survival check a
Oh,
while ago.
20,
Did it do
that's-
anything?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Well,
Yeah. You can tell that these characters are really not interested in talking. In fact, they look a little antsy.
oh,
Oh,
great.
no.
Nope, not interested.
No.
Yeah, no.
Nope. That's a hard nope.
Is there
Sorry, I just think
is there
like a
anything-
peanut
is there
butter
anything
tongue
else?
starter.
Nope.
Wait a second. Rose rolled a survival check earlier.
Yeah,
She
a
was-
while ago. Did it do anything?
You look at where the trail ends, and you see signs of a struggle.
Great.
Oh.
Maybe we shouldn't be telling everybody who we're looking for.
If the struggle is any indication, something probably happened in here.
Please, would you like to sit down?
There shouldn't have been a struggle. She's under protection as well.
Did she have any way to prove it though?
Can Ravas ask the Aaroness something?
Yes.
Excuse me, ladies. Has there been a visitor here besides us recently? Someone who is not from this plane?
Oh yes, there's a weird hooded fellow who comes in here occasionally.
Anyone aside from that?
Wait.
No, not really.
I really didn't want to have to do this.
But
What?
I think we need an audience.
Oh, no. And I say that in character, oh, no, because Amber is reluctantly agreeing with Rose.
I concur.
Yeah.
We need to see Glasya.
Ooh.
And her hooded friend.
Are you sure we need to? Are you sure you want to talk to her?
No, I do not. Unfortunately, unless anybody else has any other ideas, I would love to hear them.
I don't know what to do.
I'm running dry here.
You're out of
Very
options.
well. They part. There's a waiting room right here. Get comfy.
I don't like the way you said that.
Amber just looks to Rose, confused and unsure what to do.
Oh, this.
Oh, wrong button.
Jeez, I
right.
refuse to sit down.
You look at these pillows. You look at
Uh-huh.
these. These seem to be the softest, most comfortable pillows you've ever seen and felt.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
Nope. Nope. And right out of.
Yeah, Amber's just holding Ivan and yeah.
Yeah.
Holding
Oh,
him above the ground,
standing.
like holding him above the ground, like you're holding like a hot tray above a bunch of people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hot potato. We're not touching those. Hot potato.
It's like he nuzzles into Amber's arms. It's like, this is more comfy anyway.
Aww.
Ivan, she boops his nose and shh, don't talk.
Okay.
Just rest up.
Okay.
That
Oh
actually
my
worked.
gosh. That was like perfect.
I did that on purpose, actually. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
you
Oh, okay.
you're evil, Finn. You're very evil. You're setting me up.
Hey, voice?
Yes.
Can I just say, and I mean this in the nicest way possible, you're probably the only person in this entire group that I'm actually disappointed your internet's working fine.
Wow.
I mean in the nicest way possible.
Really?
I think
We
when you
want your
started-
Thor voice back.
Exactly! If your internet's working good, that means we don't get manly Jalaron!
Manarom.
Voice.
I'm gonna say right now,
Manly.
Faye's glad for that. She don't need no extra Arinyas getting all up in a man's face.
Out of character, if I really have to specify. Voice is plenty manly, and I'm sure Sega can attest to that.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure she can.
Shutting up.
All right.
Yeah, I'm walking away from these.
Doc says, will we be able to wrap this up in an hour or so?
I doubt
Well,
it.
we are in the palace, I'm pretty sure.
All right.
I doubt it, but it's possible.
Because I think Blissey needs some rest.
Oh,
Oh, you
All right. Now what?
I probably should. Yeah.
Just waiting on the boss lady.
Faye glances over at Arkoth.
Ravis, I don't know because of the way I am. I don't know exactly where it's is, but if you could move me, Josh. Ravis decides that he sees what I'm assuming is going to be like the way to Glazia's room, and he's just going to start walking there.
Ravis?
He holds up the contract. No one can hurt us while we're here, and if Glasya is going to waste our time, we should go to her ourselves.
He makes a good point.
Much as I hate to say it, yeah.
Well, I'm certainly not going to protest not standing on ceremony for that wench. So yeah, why not?
So yeah, if you could move me, Josh, because I don't know which way I'm supposed to be going, and me feeling around with the keyboard's going to take too slow, and the mouse is unreliable, as my mouse always is.
Of course. Slow down, dude. Where'd you go? Right here.
You guys just want to go.
Thank you.
I'm doing it by following Arkoth because like he.
Nice. I want to go on a record that, in regards to detail describing this place, well done. I am officially feeling a little sick to my stomach for real.
No, it kind of looks like we're going down the small intestine.
Thank you. You're not helping. You're not helping.
Did we leave behind Ivan?
Assume I'm carrying him. Just assume I am.
Yeah, Finn had to go BRB.
Yeah, Finn burbed.
Oh.
So you
Finn
come across
Silver?
two areas. Yes, can we help you?
We're looking for Glasya.
Oh well, you can't. I don't think you can come in here.
So this is Glazia's room.
They take note of your held contract and then they just roll their eyes. Great. Well, you really want to snoop around the private chambers of the Archdevil of Lust. All right, your funeral, but I'm warning you, she plays pretty rough. They've had some pretty bad weeping in there.
Faye turns even greener than she already was.
Don't worry, Faye. I don't think it's what they think it is.
Before Ravis steps in, he actually pauses and looks to Durham. Just in case, you might want to examine the doorway for traps.
Roger.
I'm not going in. I'm backing up.
Okay. +5. What do I get?
Alright.
40. Nice.
All right. If I may, you do not detect any traps within your immediate vicinity.
You have to throw that in! You have to throw that in!
Yes! I asked you to say that, yes!
You're welcome.
All right. So
All
you
right.
start looking around, and
Oh, grody! I am not stepping there. That looks like a brain.
I'm stepping on it.
Yeah, you step on it and you immediately fall through it.
No!
Amber!
Amber, where'd you go?
Amber, what's up?
Amber, Ivan!
Yep, you hear it's a you hear Amber. You've fallen on some sort of hard stone.
Ow! Oh wait, is it just me? Ivan didn't come
Ivan
down
was
with me.
with you. He
Yeah,
was down there.
Ivan was with her too.
Oh no, I took Ivan down with me.
Hang on.
No.
Hang on, 2 seconds. I'm grabbing Snaky.
Snaky? You named your rope!
What? The garbage!
What?
I actually see nothing but black, by the way. Just
All right, tossing it down.
Hold on. Rose actually wanders over, touches Snaky, rolling her eyes as she does.
In the place we're in.
I know. I'm walking away.
Thank you.
Owen casted True Seeing.
And I will cast use
And Rose casted Light.
And I'm
Snaky is now glow Snaky.
All right.
And I use rope.
All right. The rope kind of like doesn't really fall through. More like it's absorbed by the fleshy mass, and yet the light goes down, and Amber and Ivan, you see what appears to be some sort of study.
Oh, where is everybody, by the way? I can't see on the screen.
Because I fell
we haven't
through
jumped out
this.
yet.
We were in this room, and I touched the floor that looked like a brain, and as soon as I did, I fell through. And because I was carrying you, I took you down with me.
Do we
How
have any?
far-
I could give us some light if you want.
So we're in a study? Okay.
Rose already has the light, so
Yeah.
I can't see on the screen.
All
Not
right, so
Yeah, I just
True
see
Seeing
black.
True Seeing doesn't reveal anything.
All right, so further up and further in, I say. Was it much of a fall? Can we just jump in?
Yeah.
I have the rope.
Well, yeah, but it's going to take forever, and someone needs to stay here with Snaky.
It's a squishy landing.
Is it a squishy landing?
Rob's gonna jump down.
Arkoth just Ravas jumps in.
Yeah, I know.
Arkoth just grabs the rope and ties it to one of these little.
Alrighty, off we go then.
Okay.
Starts climbing down.
All right, let's go.
Oh. Another thing for my colorful resume.
Ooh.
All right.
Hi!
This
Nice
is
of you to
like-
drop in!
Been up
That
to.
all of a sudden,
Amber, shut up.
that the odors
Turn on that
completely
light!
vanish.
Sorry.
That the odors completely vanish. This dimly lit room is lined in bookcases. The ground is solid stone and concrete, and the walls are black granite. A crystal ball floats in the center of strange magic runes. You see an altar, a few statues, a clear wardrobe containing shields, and a lush empress-sized bed. That is perfect.
That is perfectly made, you said?
Yes.
Oh,
Well,
well,
I want to know what the heck's with the runes and the crystal bowl.
Yeah, I would too, but unless the runes are druidic, I have no idea what's going on.
Are you seriously telling me that he's not going to pay attention to the giant book?
Faye is actually not paying attention to the books.
All right, so you're looking at these runes, and they appear to be some sort of very, very powerful scrying spell, like stronger than you've ever seen. But you don't know the exact words in order to change it. You're pretty sure you'd have to be familiar with the infernal language in order to do it.
Well, I can take a guess. This is probably how they've been watching us.
And that roll was a nat 20. I was looking at the crystal ball, too.
The crystal ball. You see the old shack where.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Yes, you see the old shack where you first met Simula after her crucifixion.
What?
Wow.
Why?
Eh?
That's the mortal plane.
What
What
did
is
you read
this?
there?
All right. Ravis, you start looking around and you start looking at the display case of polished shields. And looking closely at them, you can clearly see your reflection in them.
Mirror on the wall.
One is a golden copper center with a black and yellow trim. One has a red trim and a moon emblem in the center. Another has a gold trim with a face frozen in terror in the center.
Wait.
Ugh. Yeah.
Auto hypnosis.
Are just those three?
What's this auto hypnosis for, Owen?
I am looking through books, trying to memorize as much information as possible.
All right. You're looking through a lot of these books, and they appear to be a lot of... They have a lot of magical designs, but they're all written in Infernal.
Mm-hmm. Book in the center of the room. Last time that happened, and I got a face full of fire. Amber got sprayed with poison, and Ivan got sent to the Shadow Realm.
Oh,
Yeah.
Trust me, it's not booby-trapped in that way. If you really want to look at the book, I'll look at the book.
I ain't touching no book.
I'll touch the book.
All right. You touch the book, and it appears to be more diagrams written in Infernal.
Fun times.
But, Rose, out of the corner of your eye, you notice that there's a switch underneath the pedestal.
Freaking finally, I press it.
Woohoo! Get back.
Freaking finally! Somebody's gonna kill us all! Boom!
No, I know. I'm just trying to move out of the library. I'm done with this.
Well, if you guys wanna read some of that stuff, I have a comprehend language spell if you want.
I do too, but
All
I'm
right.
not bothering. I have other things
Yeah.
on my mind.
You
Fair
see
enough.
you see the mirror in the corner shift and move.
Oh, up here?
Which corner?
It's down here.
Okay.
I
Matt,
swear, if this leads to her German dungeon, I'm gonna scream.
You
No,
see
no.
you see a tiny little shrine with a book, with a jeweled book and a portrait.
Of?
What's the Who's the portrait of?
Aww.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
It's a family.
Aw.
Who do you think he's been this whole time?
Wait, what?
That's the merchant.
The merchant.
The
I mean,
merchant.
I've been feeling his paternal energy this whole time.
I have.
The merchant. The
What
merchant.
do you think
Speculo.
he's been doing? We're not the only ones who want her saved, and we're not the only ones who want him gone. I'm done with this game, Glasya. Where are you?
Oh, hello.
Oh,
What's this?
hello.
Let's
You find a jeweled book.
All right, I'll read it out loud.
Mhm.
Excuse me. Following the trial of Hostius versus Matumi, Speculo's radical ideals of due process, reducing the power of the king and encouraging individual responsibility, swept the nation. His presence became a threat to those in power. Before his popularity could soar higher, King Hostius decided to crush any hope of resistance. It was enough to kill him.
It wasn't.
It wasn't enough to kill him. They ruined him. They burned down the courthouse, blamed him for the fire, and secretly took his wife and children out of the middle of the forest and fed them to wolves. The only reason that Speculo wasn't killed too was the guard in charge of his capture and execution was his best friend. A young, fresh-faced recruit by the name of Arkuth Wormwood. He had helped Speculo escape and very cleverly disguised his survival due to being a magical prodigy. The word of Speculo's supposed death spread, and any influence he obliterated. He was even enough to be a martyr. He wasn't even enough to be a martyr. He had nothing, was nothing. Yet his heart burned with despair and vengeance. and there is nothing more dangerous than a man who believes he has nothing to lose. So we struck a deal with my father. Negotiations were interesting, to say the least. In exchange for Speculo's soul, Asmodeus would give me to him as a consort, and I would destroy those in power, and all involved in his wife's death. I was ecstatic about the plan. The catch? By having me as his consort, my father gets those of his bloodline into power on the mortal plane. I like the complex plans my father cooks up, but sometimes a simple plan can be just as beautiful. After all, murder is no better than cards if cards will do the trick. Speculo saw through the pain instantly, but he was so desperate he accepted the deal anyways. I followed through on the contract. Night after night, I would seduce his targets, male or female, and end them in bed. This has always been my favorite method of murder, dying while in the company of a lovely seductress. It's such a good death. 2 years pass, and I have killed the last conspirator. We then revealed to the world that Speculo survived due to, quote, divine intervention, and that he had seized power in Directian. In order to protect his power, he had the death of his first wife expunged from all records and pretended I had always been his wife. As a reward for Wormwood's loyalty, or treason, depending on the date, he allowed Wormwood to ascend the ranks fairly quickly, eventually becoming Captain of the Guard 10 years later. After ascending to the throne, Speculo revealed to me that he would not let his bloodline become the harbinger of devilish rule. And despite accepting this deal, that it never was his intention to bear children. I have to give credit to the audacity of that man, saying that directly to the face of the patron of lust. The adorable little fool never counted on two things. One, that he would eventually fall for my wily charms, and that I would fall for his. I couldn't believe it. I, daughter of Asmodeus and patron of lust, fall for a lowly human? That I could be taken the very thing that I used to exploit others? Apparently the answer to that is a resounding yes. At first our love was a childish infatuation. I loved his mind and passion. There was also something enticing about a man who refuses to be controlled or dominated. Maji also was very easy on the eyes. I do love a man in uniform. And had this adorable aversion to dirt and a cute little habit of walking around with a shirt on, and DM note, things get saucy over here. I'm not writing that down. Have your characters react as that would. Like, oh my.
Really, dude? That's a voice of reason reaction, not a Jalarum reaction.
What?
I think it's John just looks to Amber and says, "That's safe for Amber."
Not safe for Ivan and Amber.
We eventually had two beautiful twin daughters, Jaminia and Simula. However, tiefling children are rambunctious and have a penchant for getting into trouble. Both of them nearly got eaten by giant worms when they were 6. So I guess that's twice for Jaminia now. And I mandated to Maji they needed to learn some discipline. I asked my father to lay a curse on them. If one of them gets hurt or killed, so would the other. Ouch. They very quickly learned to rein in their mischievous impulses. I didn't mind the curse much at the time. I wasn't going to have stupid, reckless daughters. Either they would learn wisdom in the mortal plane, or in hell. Scarring your children straight works wonders.
Scaring, I think it was.
Oh, scaring, sorry. The personalities manifested at an early age. Jaminia was very loud and liked to interact with animals and loved to draw. Simula was more reserved and enjoyed reading and swimming. Both of them loved to get dirty, quite to dear Mdaji's dismay. He's a bit of a hypochondriac, and I suppose he wanted well-behaved children that he could doll up with dresses. Lucky for me, I apparently have the dominant genes. Dominant, but like a good. But like a good father, Mdaji supported all of their endeavors. He brought Jaminia her black stallion Starjay and taught her to ride it, and took the time to tutor Samula and read her books every night. Seeing the love and care he had for Devilborn, my children. That was when I finally realized I'd truly and hopelessly fallen for Speculo. The only thing that frustrates me more than my infatuation with this fool is that I would never regret it. Sorry, I'm just reading. Samus P.
Okay, hold on.
Don't even.
Samus
Hold on.
P.
Is that
V-
Welsh? What the heck?
Hold
You
on,
notice
I'm trying to get to...
You notice the orb in the background it shifts. While the location doesn't change, it appears that the area itself is changing around it, and the shack grows another story. People start moving around, and you see this image.
Aww,
Oh.
cute.
So that wasn't
Credit
just
to
a
the
random shack
artist.
that they led us to.
I continue. I allowed myself to slip into the simple role of a human queen. These are the best moments of my life. Yes, there was a responsibility and schemers and backstabbers breathing down my back, but being born in hell, these attempts were laughably pathetic. It was enjoyable, dominating such easy opponents. Yes, I did miss hell sometimes, particularly the weather and the screams, but being in hell, you'd sometimes feel like you're spinning your wheels. There's no direction and little change. In the mortal world, everything is constantly evolving, and I saw it happen before my eyes, with the growth of my own children. It made me understand why I, even as a devil, fought against the chaos to protect the mortal realm. I love learning about my children and seeing them learn about themselves. I am more proud of them than I am of any scheme I've conducted in Bator. In all my millennia of living, nothing compares to the bliss of that one single decade. Then it happened. Inquisitors of Heronius found out about us. Speculo's deal, the true nature of my children, me, everything. In a freak chance of fortune, Simula had a bad dream that night, so we had to sleep with her. Had her sleep with us. It's why they only stole Gemini in the night, not Simula. They came after us too, using powerful magic. They bound me and prevented my retaliation. Speculo tried his best to protect both of us, but they overwhelmed Mdaji and killed him. They hadn't intended on Simula's hidden latent power, and she torched them with her magic and self-defense. Simula came out of that scuffle better than I could have hoped. Later, she would describe the old deal as scary, but fun. Gosh, I hate you. Simula and I were safe, but the man I had grown to love lay in a pool of red blood. The harbinger of my happiness was stolen from me. I had no time to grieve because Gemini was still out there, and I had no idea where she was. I had spent the entire night fretting over her fate, knowing that at any moment she could die and the trembling Simula in my arms would be taken from me in an instant. Sorry, what?
We can hear him fine.
I can hear him.
That must have just been me then, sorry.
Okay. Luckily, the trickster guard, Olitamara, has apparently been watching the entire spectacle. He had sent his most successful assassin, one who previously raided Directian coffers. Oh, hey, that's my mom. One who previously raided Directian coffers during the old regime, rescued Geminia at the last minute. The clever god had me instantly indebted to him. He told me wherever to find her, and that he would collect his debt at a time most inconvenient. I'd found Gemini in the corner of an alleyway covered in dead bodies. She was clutching a mysterious mask and was crying into the legs of Heronius, disguised as a human paladin. I furiously demanded he step away from her. He complied, letting Geminia run to me in tears. I comforted her, telling her that everything would be all right, and I would be with her soon. I teleported her and Simula to the castle, and faced my husband's murderer. In infernal tongue, I cursed his name for allowing his followers take my love away from me and robbing of my happiness. Until he gave me a stark reminder of what our situation was. Remember your deal, daughter of Asmodeus. In that moment, I remembered what Asmodeus had intended me to do, what I had willingly participated in. Asmodeus had always used tieflings in his schemes to upend mortal society, to have his blood eventually taint every man, woman, and child in the world and be able to whisper into their hearts, to control them. He had planned to use my husband, my children, and myself as the latest pawns in his conquest of the mortal realm. This was a risk Heronius could not take. While I still hate him, I cannot blame him. He is the god of righteous war and protector of mortals. I am the daughter of the devil who wished to corrupt and sully all he holds dear. He is he, and I am I. Out of character, and we are all together Cuckoo.
Get out!
I said out of character. It is our destiny to war and to hate each other. I will never forget his expressionless face as he told me his intentions. He said as dirty as this business was, for the sake of the world, he had to ensure Asmodeus could not win, and my children would have to die so that the mortal world would survive. I broke. I did not care that he was a god. I lunged at him, my claws, teeth bared, and my magic flaring. Was it foolish? Absolutely, but in that moment, nothing mattered except protecting my daughters and everything I had. He defeated me with little effort. His divine light burned my flesh, and his sword broke my bones. I lay helpless at his feet. He towered over me, eyes focused, cold and focused. He raised his sword, intent on ending the life of an evil devil, when I did something neither of us expected. I begged. I reached out with a mangled claw and clutched his cape. Tears streaming down my face, I pleaded with him for another way. Any way that they could live. In that moment, Heronius realized he was not looking at the Devil Princess. He was looking at a desperate mother who loved her children. With a look that almost resembled remorse, he sheathed his sword and allowed Jaminia and Simula to live, under the condition that one of them be trained as a paladin under his order. My Jaminia had to prove to all the gods that a Devilborn could be redeemed, that they could be good. Through gritted teeth, I accepted. I may not like their redemption, but if it means that my children would thrive, I would do anything, even allow their souls to slip from Bator. I was never going to lose my children again. But my father had other plans. His nepotism could not have come at a worse time. I was crowned Archduchess of Malbolge, and given my own lair of hell. But I was forced to abandon my own children. I took out my anger on the hag Malagard? How you spell it? That's how you say it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Who formerly ruled this place. For years I cursed her body until she became an enormous fleshy mass that expanded over the— Ow! Gross!
Ew!
What did you think we were on?
Oh.
The corpse of the previous didn't simulate. Oh, never mind.
Oh wait,
Okay.
we're
Okay,
echoing.
skipping the screams of pain bit. Okay. I could do nothing but watch as my children grew through their teenage years without me. I'm happy that they both made something of themselves, even without their parents. Jaminia became an honorable, strong, beautiful queen, and apparently quite the heartbreaker. Simula's ambitions and cleverness rival that of my own. And it's nice to have someone on your level to talk to. But it was not enough. I could not and would not accept my despair. Not after what happened. I asked my father to end the curse on my daughters, but with a sneer he told me, no refunds. Out of spite, I struck a deal with those he hated most, the deities of freedom. My request? For them to find a way to sever the connection from Asmodeus and those born with his blood. To be absolutely spiritually free from evil, magic haunting a mortal soul, and it took a long time, but eventually, a perfect combination of words, gestures, and magic influx had created what I desired. We dubbed the spell, as Jalorm looks up, Sanctify the Wicked.
And that's where we came in.
Faye pulls out the grimoire and stares
second,
at
guys,
it.
hold on.
Who's echoing?
I think voice, are you echoing?
Probably. Let me refresh.
Or put your headphones in.
Yeah, it was voice.
Yep.
It's gone now.
Okay.
It was
better?
her all along.
Okay, I'm back. Am I better?
Yep.
Think so. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. It was Glasya all along. She was the one who created the spell to save her daughters.
So right her own mistakes.
And here she is.
Prying around in a girl's bedroom and snooping in her private diary. How scandalous.
Enough with these.
My apologies.
No. You have not been straight with us, and I've become very tired of this.
You expect a devil to be straight with you about her plans. Oh, you expect much from me.
I don't need you to tell me anything. I'm just sick of these games. We're wasting time. What do you want of us? I'm done with your little play.
Question. Did you take the statue of Dominia from Levistus's palace?
No.
And of course it was too late. Isn't that par for the bloody course?
Then she was there.
I told you she was. We felt her cold.
Faye felt her cold. Come on.
Either way, you felt her coldness, and you didn't know what it meant when we were there.
Of course I knew what it meant.
Name. Why do you think I broke down? Have you not seen any of this coming?
Rose.
Have none of you known what she's been through? You didn't care.
I most certainly did.
Of course we cared, Rose. That's
You
the whole
were
reason.
blind to everything.
Human, calm yourself. I am on your side, and I have seen decades worth more suffering of not just other souls, but of my daughter. Think of it this way. You all have only been waiting for her for 2 months. I've seen her suffer down here for 13 years.
I know.
So I understand your frustration, human. And I am here to help, whether you like it or not.
Jaller moves to Rose to just give her a light hug just to comfort her.
I know we'll be helping you. I know. I know how this is all going to play out.
You are very wise, young lady. And I appreciate you all being such good little minions for me in Phlegethos Stygia, but I must confess I'm also absolutely livid with all of you. Ben, you're breathing.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's you.
Oh, oops. Hang on.
You're good.
How's this?
Darth Finder there.
You're good.
Sorry,
Good.
I like how that was phrased. Finn, how dare you? You're breathing. Stop it.
I'll see. I'll stop breathing.
Love you, Finn. All right,
Okay.
continue.
Continue.
Jaminia's suffering is your fault, and you don't seem to realize it or care.
Don't you dare tell me I don't care.
Don't you tell me that I don't realize how this is our fault. My fault for failing the spell.
Why do you think we're here?
Oh, you didn't fail the spell. It worked wonderfully, Faither, and you just used it on the wrong sister. And I know you were acting upon my dear, pitiful Jaminia's orders. I've been watching you for a long time. Jem was the only one willing to put herself in harm's way to save a friend when she needed you most, and all of you did nothing. You could have easily worked together and distracted the Balor, gave it the slip like you had done earlier, but no. You cowered in a corner as Jaminia ran out there alone and became a victim of your cowardice. You let her die.
I didn't mean to!
The only one I could exempt from all of this is you, Amber, because the Balor caught you by accident. And how ironic it is that you are the one you've all tried to make into your scapegoat. You let her blame yourself so you didn't have to accept responsibility for your inaction.
Do not claim to know our minds. We have always comforted Amber that it was not our fault, and don't you dare think that we didn't, in our own private traps of our minds, blamed ourselves for her death.
Through inaction. I'm shocked.
Oh, don't you dare think you have room to criticize Ravis Arkan, and you are perhaps the biggest, filthiest maggot of them all. You will stay silent, Lazmulk. Your better is speaking. I do approve of your ruthless tactics, but that's exactly why your stupidity is all the more egregious, you worthless cockroach. Especially when you have asserted yourself into the position of leader. I don't know if it's pride, or if you're scared of showing emotion, but for some reason, you feel the need to push your companions away, and you refuse to get close to them. You know you need everyone here to succeed, yet at every opportunity you manage to find new ways to get them to want to kill you. One of them even attacked you out of indignation for your actions. Did it not register that in your mind, that in that sort of mutiny only manifests from a failure in leadership? Did you not think that fostering discontent and hate in a stressful and dangerous environment is something you should avoid? The only reason you haven't been killed yet is due to their bleeding hearts. You think you're so much better than they are, yet you are able to get the most trusting and amiable people to genuinely dislike you. I'd be impressed if you weren't so pathetic. And the rest of you were all forced to wish Germinia back to life, thus painting a target for her. From my father, you took his toy. He claimed it back. All right, has been bugging me. Where is the little snarky one?
We came here to find her. She ran off on us in the night.
Why would she leave? I thought she loved all of you.
She
had been thinking for a while and believed we were lying to her.
You can't exactly blame her for what she did.
And why would she come to that conclusion? You all are the goodiest goodies I've had the unfortunate to watch.
The admittedly implausible nature of our situation, me being a stupid father, and our hasty killing of Levistus.
She lunges over and grabs Ravis and slams him against the wall.
I'll make a reflex save.
Good luck.
That's 20, dude.
Yeah, I'm not expecting it to work in the slightest. I just know that, well, that's what Ravis would do. He's not going to just, if she's attacking him, he's not going to just...
go, honey.
Just roll it.
You are over-explaining again.
Just go.
Go, Robo-Ravis.
The only reason I was doing that is because I was trying to take
Don't explain.
Just roll.
Nope.
I was trying to. It was taking a while to load.
Okay.
That is not enough.
Nope.
Not even close.
She puts her face directly into his and stares into his eyes, unblinking. You see? This is what happens, you malignant pigwidgeon. This attitude of yours is endangering the best chance to rescue my Germinia. You are a soldier and a leader. I suggest you stop acting like one, because if this operation is bungled up due to your arrogance, it won't be Lolth that the drow will need to be saved from. It will be me.
Drop him.
Uh-oh. Are none of you going to try and attack to stand up for him?
No.
Drop him!
I walk over to Glasya. Please drop him.
All right. She does so, and steps over to the crystal ball.
Can I walk with?
I'm going to go over there with
to
her.
the crystal ball.
Hey, you went where I was
just
going to go.
silent in the corner.
Amber's not moving.
Ivan just walks over to help Ravis up.
As you were.
Oh, he's standing. He's just frozen.
Yeah.
Like he
Yeah, okay.
Unsure.
As I'm sure you've deduced, I have been watching for a long time. Since
everyone
the
has.
arena brought you all together. Good to see you again, Arkoth.
It's nice to see you again, Queen Glasya.
Oh, no need for formalities here. It's Archduchess.
Yes, my mistake.
I know.
Be a sentence in the quickly on the toilet.
Although, if I may be so blunt, you should have quit while you had a head.
Hilarious.
Not to mention that Simi and I are on speaking terms, and she shares everything with Mummy. Unlike Jem, she made an effort to maintain contact with her.
Glasya, may I ask you something?
Hmm.
What debt did you owe Litamara?
Let's just say that he has not come to collect yet. I was certain that he would when I started seeing a very tricksy little cat showing around the castle, but he has yet to demand anything from me, and it makes me uneasy.
Sorry. Rose looks over her shoulder at Owen.
I'm back. What did I miss? Sorry.
Not much.
Okay.
So you lost your little girl, and we've lost my daughter. Splendid. Well,
Perhaps Speculo could help.
Specky? Oh, Adaji already made his trip here today. But I think he may have gone on. He does so like to travel. I did give him a new bag of coins.
Then the merchant we've been meeting was Speculo.
Ding, ding, ding! You win the prize.
Obviously.
Well, yeah, obviously out of character. Faye's a little bit oblivious, alright?
It's also perhaps why he was a little hesitant to surrender that item that would allow you all to see if someone was telling the truth.
Yeah, great job pushing him on that one, guys.
If I recall correctly, it was the little one who asked him about that.
I said why he didn't want to give it to us. I wasn't demanding he did so. I knew why he didn't want us to know all of his truths, and I was trying to respect that he didn't want us to know all of his truths right away. Unfortunately, he ran away before I could make that evident.
Well, he doesn't feel any ill will toward you, if that's what you're worried about. In fact, he volunteered to be your merchant of curses. I didn't even have to ask. Despite what you may think about either of us, we do care for our daughters very deeply. Simula's safe, and she's done quite an excellent job for the last, decade and a half. Over in Diz. Minya, on the other hand, I could say I wish she fared better. She was here for a while. As to where she is now, she was here after I somehow managed to get her away from my father briefly. But unfortunately, she did not take kindly to being in hell at all, and so she ran. I cannot say that I blame her, but at the same time, it did hurt. I am still her mother, after all, and I had been aching to see her again. As to where she is now, she is most likely somewhere on the lower levels.
Was she captured again, or is she still on the run?
I believe she is in the clutches of someone else.
There's something else I must ask, something that has been troubling me.
And that would be?
Was Simula's diamond truly broken? Or did it last long enough for the spell to be completed?
Oh, it was broken, dear. Let us say that Asmodeus did not take kindly to it, and so pretty much the first thing that he did once he had Jaminia in his claws was take the diamond and crush it. But to be honest, I do not know if the spell would have worked. I do not have that foresight. But please do tell me you brought enough diamonds here to save it, Jaminia, at least.
It took me far too long to try to unravel her spell working. I wasn't able to acquire any more diamonds.
Wait, what? Wait,
I don't have any diamonds.
Rose looks around at the party. None of you have diamonds?
Nothing on me is that zirconian in nature. Sorry.
As a character, if Ravis 1 knew what they were talking about and 2 wasn't kind of shell-shocked at the moment, he would be putting his head through the wall.
As always, I will have to take care of you.
I'm down to help. Didn't bring diamonds. I just...
As for who has her, it could be that maggot Balzwool. He certainly has motive, though I doubt he knows of Jamini's existence. It's worth at least a check. He's on the next layer. The other devil on this layer, Mephistopheles, likely wouldn't have her. He wouldn't bother with her.
Out of character calls Mephistopheles?
Really? I know.
Really? Yeah, it's all doing with someone else's marriage.
I was thinking the same thing!
Sorry, continue. Dramatic tone. Go.
It could very likely be Lolth. She has eyes and ears everywhere, even rivaling that of my father. And she does like to play with her food before she eats it, how very spider-like. And then, of course, my father perhaps decided to steal her back after she left. He gets possessive when he thinks his toys have left his toy box. What?
Is there a way to find out? Can you use your wallet to look down here?
Unfortunately, Asmodeus has caught on to my little scrying orb, and he doesn't allow me to scry any deeper.
Then let me try.
Oh, good luck, my dear.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Hey, while she's looking, can I get credit to something that I don't think is commented on much?
What?
Josh, your timing with the music is excellent.
Right?
Yeah, it's really good. Props.
Thank you.
Being like switching over on the spot-on moments.
Anyways, so you cast your scrying, and you do feel that you do see her, and you don't feel any unbearable agony at this point. You just feel a sort of numb pain.
Is she conscious?
No.
Can I tell where she is?
You feel the cold slab of stone. But the air tastes very, very dry.
It's cold. It's dry. She's on some sort of stuff. I can't tell. I don't know where this. Okay. I'm going to roll a knowledge planes. Come on, click when I click. Don't do this to me, mouse. You're the good one.
Yes, you are the good one.
Well, all right. You start. You're thinking really, really hard, and there's only two planes deeper than now that match that description. Either Maladomini, which is the layer after this one, or Nessus, the bottommost layer.
Ugh.
How does she feel?
She's unconscious. And I think at this point she's grown numb to the pain.
As I expected. Meanwhile, I'm sure Simula's having a wonderful time. I mean, wait a minute. Have you all not wondered why Simula hasn't been writhing in agony or frozen whenever you speak with her?
Of course I've wondered, but...
I assume that she's used her own deception to get out of it.
Oh, you overestimate her, my dears. But I will say you're welcome.
The connection is broken.
Amber looks up.
The curse is gone. Oh, happy, happy day.
Yeah,
right.
Faye glances over at Amber.
So,
I think it's very fun that you think that she has enough self-discipline to be able to fake that so well. My child unleashed a horde of demons because she was bored. Simula is many things, but disciplined is not one of them.
understatement.
Ronus actually does scoff a little bit.
Shay, could you your robo-Ravus again?
He keeps doing it. I think we're just gonna have to deal with it.
Okay, I'm just.
I know. I'm kind of frustrated.
Goes back to normal for a few minutes at least.
Yeah.
Like that now?
No.
Nope.
I'll reload.
Okay.
All right. There is a knock on the door, and an Erinius walks in.
Yes.
Spater is here, and he's very angry with you.
Oh, show him into the waiting hall. I'll be with him in a moment.
Erinius bows out and leaves.
You, Faye Theron, hold out your hand.
Faye does.
Okay, I'm back. What did I miss?
Nothing. Other than
Despater is angry at Glasya.
Yeah.
Her hands flare up in
one
harmless...
second. Trying to...
Well, let me finish. How about that?
Okay.
Sorry.
Her hand is covered in harmless red fire, and in her other hand is a contract. She extends the flaming hand in front of her.
Huh?
This is a pact immediate. Swear that you will follow it.
I will follow it. Without fail.
No. Swear on the sticks, my dear.
I swear on the sticks that I will follow this pact.
All right.
Beautiful.
Thurn, you feel a small bag, the size of a shot put, materialize in your hand. It appears it bears a message: "Do not open until you reach the sticks."
Now, if you all will excuse me, I have business to attend to, and then I need a nice hot bath to cool my temper. I will send a small escort with you to the River Styx. Try not to accidentally die. If you do, you will share the fate of Levistus. It will hurt. A lot. forever. Now get out.
But Hana, can't you?
Where
You have
is
nothing to
Hana?
help us to find Hana.
Hana is not here, and as I said before... Wait. Hana? Mercy? You named a tiefling Mercy? Oh dear.
You can thank your daughter for that.
Wait. Excuse me. What was that?
You
don't know,
don't
do you?
know?
I've been following you all, not a tiefling child.
Hana is your granddaughter.
What?
So I suggest you try a little harder to help us find her, maybe?
You lost my granddaughter!
She ran from us. We've been trying to protect her, and we came here to find her.
Her body immediately sets on fire.
Yeah.
Fade doesn't move.
Neither
Okay.
does Rose.
Out of character, Ari, I'm really sorry, but the way the pitch went there honestly made me think of scaring the little girl!
A little bit.
Then again, Amber's been in a ball the whole time, so never mind.
She immediately just thrusts her hand at the crystal ball and barks at it, "Show me, Hana." It turns black and red, and Asmodeus's face sort of pops up and says, "Nope."
Dang it.
You see, I cannot scry any deeper.
Okay, out of character again, are you sure that Asmodeus isn't the god of bridges? Because he is a troll!
Bro!
Anyway.
Then
She was stolen, it seems. We got the trail right up to your palace. It's why we came to seek you. Do you think perhaps your husband knows where she is, or anything that can help us?
If I didn't know, he probably wouldn't, but it wouldn't hurt to ask him if you see him. I, however, don't...
Rather speaks up. It could explain why there was a struggle. As one of the others said, a tiefling child should have been no problem for someone to overpower. But if that person was aiming it to not harm or even to take her peacefully, she could have been able to put up a slightly stronger fight.
At least she has her grandmother's scrappiness, then. You are...
But not her protection.
No, because I didn't know. And I... don't know how to fix that. I cannot help you further. I will go deal with Despater and distract him for you all to exit. I assume that he possibly wouldn't be keen to see you all, considering the fact that your last dealing with him led him to banish his daughter, which I'm assuming that's what he's here about.
It wouldn't surprise me.
You all need to get out quickly. My escorts will help you.
Yes.
okay.
And, dear Faye... Oh, you tried so hard, but this time do not use it on the wrong sister. I think Simula's fairly happy where she is.
Okay.
Ladies, take them to the sticks. I'll be off.
They give a polite little soldier's bow, and they beckon you to come.
Following.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. You all head outside of the palace, and you begin walking towards one of the stations of the Styx.
Oh, good heavens.
Ren, can you try scrying Hana?
I was thinking the same thing. How about you actually click on your icon before you click on a spell, you dum-dum?
I do.
You feel like someone. You feel like you're being shut out.
Shut out. There's no way she could do that on her own.
Unless someone was with her that could do that.
Most likely her jailer.
Yes, you're pretty sure someone has cast protection from scrying.
That's not going to work.
Don't walk into the giant maw. It'll be very, very difficult to extract you, and it will not be from this end.
Oh. Nasty.
Nasty.
As you walk by it, you hear this sort of like unearthly breathing coming from it.
Move faster, move faster, move faster!
Oh, don't worry. It's completely harmless as long as you don't fall in.
Okay, why am I surprised that the Puritan Christian made the layer of lust the most horrifically nightmare-fuelish layer so far?
Right?
I'm just doing what's in the freaking module, guys. Give me a break.
I'm teasing you,
Guys.
Josh. I'm teasing you.
Remember, this is the lair with sins of the flesh.
Yeah, I've read Dante's Infernal. It's pretty gruesome.
Get it?
Symbolism.
No, wait, on. Oh wow, I love Blockbuster Buster.
Amber's dragging her feet. Sorry.
All right. Before you guys head off, Arkoth looks to Ravis and says, hold up. I think there's something that needs to happen.
Is it gonna punch him? Because I'm all for that.
Yeah.
I'm on strike 2. Give me a strike 3 excuse.
Arkoth moves next to Ravis and he leans against this little spike. Captain Arcanan.
Ravis instinctively stands up a little straighter. Captain Wormwood.
A blind man could see that you take your values very seriously.
Treachery in your heart is no better than treachery in your deeds.
Eloquent. Yes, like that. I won't pretend that I understand what you value, because I don't. But what I do know is that they are in conflict with the party's values, and that angers you on a primal level. Am I in the target area?
Ravis just nods.
As a soldier, you should know that we regularly have to decide between our values and our mission. I know you intend on doing both, and he gestures to the party. So do they. They want to save Janina, but they are also concerned about keeping their souls and values intact. Do you believe that accomplishing both is impossible? Or is it simply a challenge you won't accept? Being a leader, it really sucks sometimes. You eventually learn that there's always something you could have done, something you could have said to change things, a different reaction, a different movement, a different look, but I guess it's true what they say. You're never truly a leader until you've lost.
Ravis just starts giving this deadpan, bitter laugh. It's funny. After what happened with the Levistus, I wasn't just angry, I was relieved. I was relieved because for the first time in days, I was given a reason to stop trusting them, a reason to hate them, a reason that I could stop sympathizing with them and turning my back on the Drow.
Interesting. So, in a way, you were trying to protect your soul.
Ironic, isn't it? The dragon is right. I am a hypocrite. He looks up at Arkoth. You know what's also ironic? It took you losing everything you had for you to finally become a good leader.
Yeah, that's my point. I see you making the exact same mistakes I did, and I don't want you ending up like me.
Good heavens, all the sound effects.
Sorry.
I suppose I can agree on that.
Listen, there are two ways to lead others, Ravis. Power and authority. Power is the ability to get others to do what you want. Authority is the right to receive obedience. But power erodes relationships. There are times when you have to exercise power to get things done. But you should remember that every time you've had to exercise power, it is because your authority failed. And the only way to get your authority back, he gestures to the party again, is to get them to respect you. You have a long uphill road for that. I suggest you get started.
Correct.
The Aranyas are looking very intently at this.
Perhaps they think that Ravis may need some comfort.
Yeah.
I'm not kissing him! I mean, I physically can't because he doesn't have any lips, so...
If learning to betroth trust within your guild is something he needs to work on, might I offer a first step?
I know all of you have been holding something in. Say what you will.
What happened earlier today, when you ran away from our party in a huff, and the response you had to certain things we said, why don't you share with the group exactly what's been going on in that head of yours?
If you're referring to what I said in the end, it's a long story.
Well, I suggest you share if you want us to trust you. Trust needs to be earned.
The Aranyas say, "Ooh, story time."
I was not born under the normal circumstances with Drow. My parents were both soldiers. They were sent out into the Underdark in order to deal with threats before they got to the Drow cities. And because of that, the Drow values of treachery were quickly discarded. When you're fighting for your life in the Underdark, you quickly learn to either trust the people you're fighting with, or die alongside them. Instead, there was a different attitude. One of honor, one of fighting for the glory of the Drow, proving that the Drow was strong, unbeatable. And, like a naive idiot, I thought that's what all Drow believed. So when rumors started spreading that my parents were traitors to the Drow, that they were heretics, that they were spreading venomous lies to destroy us, I assumed it must have been a mistake, a misunderstanding. So I went to one of the matriarchs, tried to plead my family's case, and instead I was taken as bait to draw my family out. And they took it. They took the bait, and all of them were killed. They could have let me die. They should have let me die. It was my fault I was taken in the first place. But my parents were selfish. They put their feelings first. They put their desire to have their son back before the safety of everyone else. They couldn't make that sacrifice, and so everyone else died. So you'll forgive me if I'm having a little trouble sympathizing with your unwillingness to make any kind of sacrifices for the people who should matter. Your queen, not only someone who is apparently valuable to you, but is valuable to the nation you've chosen to align yourselves with. Her life means more than 1,000 souls, and yet you keep putting other souls before her. Why?
Amber approaches Ravis. What about my mother? Should she had spared herself and allowed me and all my siblings to die? Was she stupid too, Ravis?
I don't know your story.
My mother was a proud gold dragon, and she sacrificed herself to make sure that at least one of her brood would survive.
Yes, because she sacrificed herself for a greater good. This is sacrificing the whole for the sake of the one, and strangers no less.
Voice, you really don't have to do that every time.
Sorry.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not.
Greater good is subjective to everyone. If we
At this point,
decide that
Ravis
it's
growls At this point, Ravis actually growls at Amber. You know what's funny, Amber? I never thought that a dragon would remind me so much of the drow who killed Dusk.
I stand for between Ravis and Amber. Before you even think about saying the word strike 3, listen to him.
It's taken this long for him to open up, so why don't you just let your primal instincts about...
Actually, process. I'm having a problem figuring out what he means by that.
You see, it's the same thing. Urdusk made them feel upset. He made them feel
Like, now, not only did I not understand what Ravis means by it, but now he's got full-blown robotics, so now I'm definitely not going to be able to understand.
Okay, 1 second, my computer's being weird.
But
Sorry,
again,
but,
his first sentence, I'm out of character, what did he mean by that?
He's about to explain.
Oh,
yeah. Alright.
It's Shay. Give him 10 minutes. He'll explain.
I'm sick and I have a processing disorder, so...
Well, once Robavis takes a break, we'll see what he's going to say.
Robravis?
Robavis.
Really?
Yes.
Well, William Beasley will just add that to the funny count. By the way, shout out to William Beasley, who's doing all the funny stuff.
Yeah.
Great
Shout
job.
out to you, bro.
Don't keep you here too long. I think we should be wrapping up soon,
Okay,
right?
I'm back.
Yep.
I think after this story, we're going to be done.
Alright.
I'm back.
Okay.
Okay, so what I
quick
said
wrap-up.
is... Yeah. They made... See, Urdusk made the drow matriarchs angry. So they said that he was a traitor to the drow. They used it to justify his murder. It was justice, they said. It was good and noble. You get angry, so you justify your violence as justice. In many ways, I have more respect for Simula and Loth. At least they don't pretend to be heroes. Because quite frankly, you're the most selfish creatures I have ever met, and I am a drow. Or have we forgotten the time you spent hiding under a bed? You knew how much danger was in. You knew how much danger the entire party was in, but you had them take the time to make you feel better, to comfort your feelings, your fear. Are you warrior or not?
No,
Let's
Ravis.
see. Strike check. Oh, strike check sucks.
If
What's going on?
Amber makes a move towards Ravis, Ravis is actually going to punch her.
Well,
I
that's
don't
why
know.
me and...
I was trying to push Jalaram out of the way.
Because me and Jalram are standing right in front of her right now.
That's it.
Get out of my way, Jalaram. I'm gonna say
Amber,
you
enough.
Out of the... No!
Amber.
Both of you, out of the way. Amber, remove your amulet.
We don't have time for this.
Actually, we need to do this.
Well, actually, technically we don't. Doc is like 10 minutes.
Okay, then I have an alternative. Sorry if this is metagaming, but somebody knock Amber out.
You will.
DM question, would my sleep spell be enough to Work?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll knock her out because I'm the one taking.
Amber's getting ready to breathe fire. Out of the way, Jalarim!
Faye casts sleep on Amber.
Okay, DM, does it work? I hope it works.
Yes, it does.
Okay, and...
I'm sorry, Amber.
Jalarim lets go of his strength-laced dagger.
All right. Well,
You should
Okay,
have done.
and one more thing.
Owen, we're gonna need that polymorph though.
No, we're not.
Oh,
That works too.
never mind then. Well, let us be off. All right. And I think we shall cut things off there.
Yeah, that's a pretty good place to end the chapter, methinks.
Yup.
Yeah.
It is hot here.
Aww.
I'm just miserable. I wish I could just stick my head in a freezer until it all goes away.
I think everyone's catching something. I caught something this past day.
I'm sorry, Bliss.
So yeah,
Oh, it's not your
actually
fault,
short.
dude.
That was actually one of our shortest sessions, only 3 hours.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
We got a lot done, though, I would say.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
yeah.
by the way, I feel I need to give a quick shout out here.
Shout out
That speech that Glasya had about the Balor and the Labyrinth, that was actually taken from something Ash said when he was reviewing when he was reviewing that session. I was like, I took it out because I realized, oh god, this is juicy. This should be something for an in-character thing. And I sent it to Josh, and it was like, can we please do this as an actual in-character thing? Because this is awesome.
Yeah, and so I had Glasya. I liked it, and so I had Glasya say it.
Yeah, and I wrote something for her to say to Ravis because, well, he deserved to have a reason you suck speech directed at him too.
Yeah, because Ravis is kind of a sucky character. But yeah, it is. Yeah, Doc really needs to get going, so we'll cut this here and we'll reminisce afterwards. So thank you all for joining us on this session. A lot of bombs dropped. Have a lovely day.
I'm still shaking.
And I do want to go back and watch Ari's lovely acting later.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yay!